Video.
That's cool, man. I'm ready. My face like a well cool.
Everyone have a camera for people join because the employees are joining quick.
Good afternoon. Commentators still need them all, it's a word process. Things that they have to. But so true. So true.
Hi, good afternoon.
Okay.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. So, welcome to the Hassle Free Career Hub Virtual Career Fair. I'm Shaniel. This evening is about connecting you directly with employers, hearing about opportunities, and learning what they look for in candidates. So, I want everyone to drop in the chat where you're joining from and the type of role you're looking for. All right, so I'm seeing persons from Kingston, Ocho Rios, Trinidad, joining from Maryland, IT-based professionals and employers. I want you to keep a look in the chat to see your next best fit. Somebody is saying they're targeting accounting, finance roles, international relations, also persons joining from Barbados. All right, so thank you so much. So I want everyone to take notes and listen carefully to what each employer is looking for. You never know which opportunity might be for you. And just a quick housekeeping update before we get started. We had a minor adjustment to this evening's lineup, and unfortunately, Aventa Jamaica is no longer able to join us today. We still have 7 amazing employees with us this evening, and we have a great session ahead. All right, so let's get started. So first up, we have Flo, and the representative is Demario. So welcome, and over to you, Flo. In the chat, let's give them a virtual clap. So drop some claps in the chat.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
All right, let's make sure. Shanil, are you hearing me?
Fine.
All right, great. All right. Good afternoon again. My name is Demar Sullivan. I am the talent acquisition manager at Flow for Flow Caribbean. Um, which you may also hear us use the term Liberty Caribbean. So before I go any further, let me just clarify that as you, whether you go to our pages or in my presentation, you'll hear both terms. And if you go to our listings, you may see both terms. Um, Flow is in the process of moving towards adopting the name of our parent company, Liberty Latin America. If you remember, once we used to be for the older ones, much older ones, TOJ, then we moved to Lime, then Cable Wireless. It's another change in our cycle. So we're moving towards moving away from Flow and then adopting the name of our parent company, Liberty Latin America. So the 18 markets in the Caribbean that make up Flow Caribbean, we are now Liberty Caribbean. So you'll find that in some of our roles, the ones that, for example, are regional roles, you'll see those branded as Liberty Caribbean, and then the ones for Jamaica, they may just say Flow. Right, so the link I'll provide to apply for positions, when you see a link from say that says careers at LLA, it is still us, not spam, not a it's not spam, not a trick, it's still us. All right, so just wanted to clarify that. All right, no, Flow, as many of you know, is telecoms company. Um, telecoms company. My team manages hiring for all 18 markets of Liberty Caribbean, so 18 different countries and Miami. So what I'll have opportunities I have will include local opportunities, hiring for Flow Jamaica, and then also opportunities elsewhere in the Caribbean market. So, many people know us as a phone company, the internet company. I know a lot of persons have a love-hate relationship with us. Um, but we're moving towards branding ourselves as an ICT company, as our range of products and services become more diversified and they change based on needs that are out there. Now, in terms of our current vacancies, instead of a slide, what I want persons to do is I want to direct persons to our career page. Chanel, is it okay if I share?
Yes, yes, it is okay. Let me know if you're able to
Okay.
share.
All right, let me try. Start coming up.
Are you able to share?
I selected the option, but I'm not seeing anything happening. Just a second. Oh, okay.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring this over. This is what I want to share. All right, we all see my screen, right?
Yes, but it's black. I'm not sure.
Oh, I try something again.
Yeah, you can start. We're seeing it
Okay.
now.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
great.
seeing it
Great.
now.
Great. Thank you. All right. So so you go to, I'm going to drop this in the chat, careers.lla.com. That is our career page. Careers.lla.com. Let me drop that in the chat or all right. Or Shanila, then if you could just drop it in there for me. I'm not sure what is. Oh, okay, here. Oh, great. I can do it now. Careers.lla.com. And that's the link to our career page. Careers.lla.com. And I said earlier, Liberty Latin America is Flow's parent company, still us. All right. And it's very easy to navigate. So for example, if you go to the page, your home page, and type in Jamaica, just like I've done here. So let me go back. The top of our page, so this is the home page or career page. If you go here, type in Jamaica, enter, you will see all the opportunities that we currently have, career opportunities that we currently have at Flow Jamaica. What it also show you are the regional opportunities and global opportunities too that are available to persons in Jamaica as well. So right now it is showing 5 listings currently. A customer experience specialist, analyst, revenue assurance and fraud management, associate manager for data privacy, senior virtualization engineer, and SOX controls and compliance manager. Now, if I start with the one at the top, if you click apply now or click on the name of the position here, it will take you directly to the listing. Now, I won't go through all of them in detail, just maybe one or two to show you how to navigate the page or to get the information and see if it is something that you're interested in and if it is something that aligns with what you're trying to, the area you're trying to move into, and then how to apply. So the location, the job categories there and all the positions, job description and the requirements, all information is there. Now, a customer experience specialist here. This is a role located in Kingston. And as you can see, for those persons here who may have experience in customer service, especially from the BPO sector, want to pay special attention to real, and you'll notice that this is a tier 2 position, meaning that this person will be handling escalations from, so the first point of contact to the regular customer service representatives, they send matters that need further attention and resolutions onto these persons. So it means, as you'll realize in the job description, experience in this area, experience handling escalations, experience handling especially technical accounts is required here. It's a full-time position, full-time, and this is a full-time permanent role. All right. I will go back. The second role is here, analyst revenue fraud management, analyst revenue assurance and fraud management. This is a regional role. Many of the regional roles, you can tell when it says multiple locations, it means that it's available to persons in multiple markets. This one is a part of our fraud team, regional fraud team that ensures that the revenue comes in and helps to mitigate fraudulent attempts, fraudulent actions that are happening within and outside of the company. And so it's a regional role, meaning that for this role, the person will be on a team of persons who are across the region. Just like the previous one, you can click on apply and you say, or click on the name of the position and you will see the job description and the link to apply is there. Also, you may believe this role is not the one for me, but I have a friend who, based on what I see in the job description, this may be a better opportunity for him or her. Please feel free to use the refer tab here, click on it and send it on to that person. The other 3 roles that we have listed here, associate manager data privacy. It's a fairly new role for us. This is only the second person. It's a singular role. And considering where we are now, we are also able to bring on this person at the level of a manager. The Data Protection Act is relatively new in Jamaica. I think it was passed in 2020. So I know this might somewhat be a niche market, but if anyone in that area, data privacy, data protection, especially someone who has the CIPM or the data privacy certifications, if someone like that is here on this call or you know someone like that, this is a great opportunity. And this too is a regional role. Though you may not see multiple here, it's a regional role and it falls under the legal framework or legal team. Senior virtualization engineer. It's a IT engineering function. It's a regional role as well. Most of the persons who are in this role, most of the team right now is in Trinidad. And what you'll find is that for most of these regional, in fact, all of these regional roles, they also come with traveling opportunities. The persons who are interested in traveling, these are perfect opportunities for persons like that as well, because I said If it's a role, regional role for Liberty Caribbean, you are serving all 18 markets, not just Jamaica. And the final one that is listed there is our SOX Controls and Compliance Manager. Now, the significance of this role, it is a global role. This one is not regional. Global meaning it's this role, the person will be hired to Liberty Latin America, and this is the parent company to Liberty Caribbean. So this is our global organization, and it's available to persons here in Jamaica as well. So and the SOX controls and compliance, it's really a very important role in our company. It's one of those roles that ensure that the company is operating within the legal framework and compliance framework that has been created to keep employees in line, to ensure that everything is above board and that protocols that have been established for whole from the customer service rep to HR to finance to security should operate, that we're following those protocols. And that's in a nutshell, that's what that role is. We have two other roles that are not posted yet, but we should be posting those this week. A network support engineer. We have a few of those vacancies, and then we also will have another customer service role, tech support, and that tech support role is for our B2B contact center, which is actually based in Montego Bay. So especially if there are persons on this call who are in Western Jamaica, in the next few days, we will have opportunities for tech support persons for our B2B contact center, which is located in Montego Bay. So you can revisit our career site in a few days, sometime this weekend, you'll see those additional opportunities as well for persons who may have engineering, technical backgrounds, network support engineer position will be coming out this week. And we're looking forward to your applications for those. All right. So these are the roles we have right now. Chanel, I'm seeing questions in the chat. Can I go ahead and start responding to these questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right.
Seeing that Tiffany is asking, are all roles based in Jamaica in office roles?
All right. So officially, the company Flow returned to brick and mortar in office last June. However, we offer some amount of flexibility for persons to work from home, and those decisions are handled more on a departmental level. So there is the flexibility, but officially we are back in office working from home. And those persons who may be interested in opportunities in Montego Bay, most of the Montego Bay operations are opportunities for now are work from home while we do upgrades for Montego Bay staff, the offices there in Montego Bay. How long after application for a role can this be contacted? It depends on the role. Depends on the role and how long we post them for, how long the search. They vary. They really vary. But they vary, but what we do encourage, if you applied for a role, if you want to reach out and speak to your recruiter, please feel free to do so. I can drop the email address in the chat if you want to ask your recruiter a question or just to get an update. Even if we have not gotten to the point that we're started to reach out to candidates, we can provide updates or responses if you reach out to us. All right, Matthew Thompson. I did send my application for the customer experience specialist role. Thank you for your application. I appreciate your interest in the company. I will drop my email so you can just DM me for an update on your application, and I'll give you a response. All right, let me drop that here now.
All right. So in the interest of time, also Demar, so you can answer one more question and then we'll move on to the next presenter.
Okay. All right, so there's the email address. What if you have experience as an agent, team manager, operations manager? Can you still apply for an agent role? I see an employee in the panel that I've applied to numerous times, but I have never gotten a response, even a rejection letter. Okay, all right. Yes, yes. You still can apply for these roles. However, two things. One, um, many times, yes, you still can apply for these roles. The roles are open to anyone. Once you feel like, I want to encourage you to look at the job description. Look at the job description, align your resume with the job description and see if you see an alignment there. Assess to see if you see an alignment there. If you believe that, you look at it and you believe that maybe you're overqualified for this role, you may want to recalibrate. You may want to recalibrate. And in terms of a rejection, should you apply for one and you have not gotten any form of response at all, feel free to reach out and we will give you an update should that happen. All right, that would be it. Shani, I believe that's my time.
All right, thank you so much, Demara. Everyone, please give Demara a virtual claps. All right, thank you so much. So next now, let us give a warm welcome to the SMS group. Is there a representative for the SMS group here? Judane?
Yes, we are. We're definitely
Okay.
here.
Okay, hi, hello, good afternoon, Judane. Over to you. Give them a warm welcome, everyone.
Thank you so much for having us, Shanil, and welcome prospective applicants. We hope to hear from you sometime soon. So my name is Judane Rowe. I am the HR representative, or one of the HR representatives here at the SMS group, and we pride ourselves in innovation. I'd like to give you just a little bit, tell you a little bit about who SMS is and what what we are about. So SMS, we at SMS we pride ourselves to be one of a full service ICT company, from providing hard devices, which would be it goes from mobile phones to laptops, to providing software solutions, as well as help desk and remote support as well. So we have three divisions. There is software studio or software studio. There is we also have our technical services, and we have our commodities and retail. Now, commodities and retail is where we would do our hard devices. We do a lot of B2B. We're not strictly B2B, but we do a lot of B2B. So or the largest part of our customer base comes from actual other businesses. Now, currently, we have, let me just get some information here. Currently, we have 3 open positions or vacancies that we are trying to fill, or we are currently seeking applicants for. We have the commercial lead. In the commercial lead, this is a leadership opportunity. We're looking for someone who understands business development, sales, commercial strategy, and driving growth. This is really a very senior role. So if you do think that you have the capabilities and also the qualifications to apply for this role, you may do so. We're seeking someone who is has experience for about 6 to 10 years driving growth and sales within an organization. We are also looking for software developers. We're always open to looking at our software development, as we do have something that we would call a augmentation lab, and we are always working on projects. We do need software developers. We need people who have a strong technical skill and enjoy building software solutions. So if you have a degree or certifications that would align with computer science, information technology, any form of networking or coding, you can also apply to that role as well. And we're also looking for sales representatives. So we have separate and apart from SMS, we do have our subsidiary stores, which is Pagoda Wireless, and we have about 4 locations, and we're looking for sales representatives for those locations as well. So building customer relationships, managing the production for this would be face-to-face sales also. Now, if you are interested, you can reach us at careers@smsja.net, and I'm going to drop that in the chat so that you have visibility on that. All right, so if you are interested, there you go. And so if you're interested, careers@smsja.net. We generally use social media, LinkedIn, Instagram for some roles, and mainly Caribbean jobs for other roles. So you will see some of these vacancies on all 3 of those platforms. We also do welcome resumes and applications directly to our email, which is the email that was just posted. All right, let me just check on something here. So at SMS, we drive a culture of growth. And within our culture, we also try to drive a culture of trust, integrity, focusing on results, and innovation. Innovation is one of the top tiers of what we do here at SMS, as we are always trying to figure out what's the next best thing that we can offer to the public as well. Just to give a little bit of details on our 3 divisions. So we have our technical services, and this is where our warranty center would be under. We are one of the Samsung warranty centers. So for cell phone repairs, warranty, any after sales support, and we also do remote help desk systems as well. And I touched a little bit on our software arm, and then there's retail and sales. Currently, we have 1 head office store location for SMS, but our subsidiaries are dispersed through St. Catherine and Kingston. Kingston, the Half a Tree Crossroads downtown, and Spanish Town. All right, so if you are interested and you're welcome to apply, you must have some qualifications or the required qualifications and skills for the role. Now, you would be required to have your ID, TRN, NIS, proof of any qualifications, and degrees on hand as well. Let me just check something here. All right, so if you are interested in any of these roles, we will be more than happy to share with you the job descriptions once you have shared your application based on the role that you are applying for. So I would suggest, if you are interested in these roles, in your subject line for your application, you may share. And what I'm going to do right now is just to share the roles that we have, so you have a better understanding. I'm just putting them in the chat. And just so you know, we do have openings for both senior and junior software developers, mainly junior at this point, but we will accept applications for all, or for both rather. Okay, so quick and easy for you to be able to apply to us. There is not much technicality behind it. As long as you use the careers email, or you can reach out to myself. I can also leave my email in the chat as well. And once you share your resume with us, we will be able to reach out to you. Now, I'd like to touch a little bit on our offerings or employee value proposition. So at SMS, we aim to have our employees as comfortable as possible. We have reward and recognition programs. We, as a part of your compensation package, there is a lunch allowance that is provided as well for employees who have become permanent or whatever, for whatever the reason based on your contract. There's health and life insurance. There is also uniforms, part of the package as well. And we do offer our team members gym membership. We have we are very big on health and wellness. So gym membership is part of our health and wellness program at SNS as well. Now, tips for ensuring that you fit the role and you are the right fit for this role is know your stuff. Regardless of the role, you would be required to understand what the role is. Take time to understand what the role is. Don't just apply because the role is vacant. Tailor as well your resume to the role based on your experience and skills. And as Flo would have shared earlier on, if you know that you are overqualified for the role, you may need to scale back and see if this would be the right fit for you. And be authentically you. Come prepared to the interview as well. Look up SMS, try to understand what our offerings are, what we offer to the public, what we offer internally, externally. Once that information is there, we do have a website. You can get more information about SMS, see our board, see our management team at smsja.com. I will now open this section for questions. And I see some questions coming in, so I'm just going to go ahead and take a look at what those are. Okay. So Shakil is asking about a UI UX designer. Yes, Shakil, you can go ahead and share your resume and application with us. We will reach out to you as soon as we're able to. I see Shireen asking about the culture of the team. So the SMS culture is very diverse. We have well, our team is pretty much both hybrid and I don't want to say strictly remote, but majority of the team is on a hybrid structure, especially our software developers. The entire team, however, based on your role, you may be required to come in every day. However, we do pride ourselves in flexibility. So based on the role that you have, if you are customer facing, however, I won't necessarily say that you will have that kind of flexibility, but we do have flexibility. We try to practice a hybrid structure at SMS. Most persons get at least 1 day from home, depending on the department that you are in. Darlinda, I hope that response just answered the question. And Shireen, I believe I just answered your question as well. So our onboarding process. Now, once you have been selected, you will be required to complete our enrollment form, which is online. Provide all documents, and then you will come in for the first day of onboarding. Your onboarding will usually last about 2 to 3 days. You will go through trainings with your manager. You will go through HR processes. You will also have a few things to do as it relates to HR to tie up before you will jump into the role as well. I see Jay Kwan asking, what measures do you have in place for people attending school? I'm sorry, Shanil, you were about to say something?
Oh, no, you can go continue.
Yeah. What measures do we have for people attending school? So depending on the role, we, based on the role that you apply for, if we are hiring for a part-time role, definitely, I believe that would be able to fit in your schedule more accurately. However, currently we are currently hiring for mostly full-time roles. However, if you can do full-time and do school, that would be up to you. It would be up to you to schedule school around that. However, our opening hours and most of our work hours are between 8 and 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. So we don't currently do chat support. I see someone asking about chat support. We don't do chat support at all. We only do face-to-face sales, face-to-face sales and customer service. After sales support is also face-to-face. So I see someone asking what actually qualifies a junior developer. So our junior developers are required to have at least some certification or degree qualification in computer science, some software development or innovative certification as well, at least. Juniors, we currently accept juniors directly from universities if they are able to pass the standard application test that we provide. So I hope that answers your question, Joanne. Qualifications for sales, at least 3 years doing sales, 5C6, math, English, and any other qualifications or subjects of your choosing. You must be able to persuade and be very driven, very outgoing, because you'd be required to handle customers, whether irate or calm. BPO experience is accepted. However, we would like to see you exhibit some skills in face-to-face sales as well. Okay, so I will be taking one more question. So to answer KD, yes, we do. However, we don't have any current open vacancies for any agile roles. However, if they do come up, you will see them being posted, and you can always visit Caribbean Jobs or LinkedIn to get more information on our postings. Thank you so much for having me, Shanil. And I really hope that this was informative to everyone and I answered as much questions as I was able to.
All right, thank you so much, Judane. It was a pleasure having you. Everybody, please give her a virtual claps. Thank you again. All righty, so we have our email address and the website. So thank you so much again, Judane, once more. Next up, we have Celebration Brands. So please give Celebration Brands a warm welcome as well.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you so much, Shanil. Just trying to confirm, are you able to hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so my name is Chantel McFarlane. I am the Talent Acquisition Officer here at Celebration Brands. So today I'm just going to give you a little bit of insight as to what we do at Celebration Brands, what we're all about, because you'll have some persons who, they would have never heard of Celebration Brands before. And, this is just a good time for me to be able to share with you what we do. I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen. You can give me thumbs up if you're able to see, and then we can get started. Yeah. All right, great. All right, so Celebration Brands Limited, what do we do? So we are a joint venture between two companies. That's Pepsi Cola Jamaica and Red Stripe, two of the biggest beverage companies in Jamaica currently. The joint venture was established in April of 2013, and we mainly focus on sale and distribution of beverages across the island. The name Celebration Brands was coined by then directors of PCJ and Red Stripe, and the aim is basically to create a name that captured the spirit of all the brands which we represent. And that means celebrating life's moments, celebrating and sharing life's moments. Essentially, all the products that Pepsi Cola Jamaica and Red Stripe sells, they have to do with linking up, celebrating events. You will see Pepsi and Red Stripe as major title sponsors for big events in Jamaica as well. So that essentially was the whole conceptualization behind the name Celebration Brands Limited. Now, to be quick, we operate across several parishes in the island. Specifically, we are operating from 7 DCs. Now, DCs refer to distribution centers, and essentially that allows us to be able to target as many customers as possible. So on the map that you're seeing now, you will be able to pinpoint the parishes in which we operate. So you can imagine we are hiring at all these locations at any one point in time. Just to give you a little bit of background on our parent companies, because now that you've known a little bit about us, I think it's good that you know a little bit about our parent companies and the history. Now, currently, our parent companies have parent companies. So CBC, Continental Beverage Corporation, Pepsi is a subsidiary since 2009, and CBC's Jamaican operation was named Best Bottler for LATAM in 2024. So it highlighted PepsiCo's outstanding performance in operational quality and execution. And then what does D&G have to do with Pepsi? Because when we hear D&G, Desnos and Geddes, we're relating that mostly to Red Stripe. But in December of 1999, Pepsi Cola Jamaica, then a part of the Pepsi Americas, acquired D&G's soft drink operation. So that was essentially being done by Red Stripe back then, before Red Stripe was actually Red Stripe. And then this included the Pepsi brand rights, the full suite of D&G soft drink flavors such as Ting, Old Jamaican Ginger Beer, and associated production facilities at Spanish Town Road. So Pepsi, Red Stripe, Celebration Brands were all located at 214 Spanish Town Road. That is our head office location. And with Red Stripe now, in 1918, Thomas Harvey's Geddes and Eugene Desnos, they formed Desnos and Geddes Company Limited, setting the stage for historic inception of the Red Stripe beer. That's the OG Red Stripe beer that we know and love, whether it's hot, whether it's cold. Yeah. In 1970, Desnos and Geddes becomes a public traded company, and Red Stripe is synonymous with all things Jamaican. It's a household name. We all know it from a little growing up. And then now, Heineken is now the parent company for Red Stripe. So in 2015, Heineken would have acquired 57.9% stake in Desnos and Geddes, making Red Stripe a part of the Heineken family. Just so that you have a little background, so when you're submitting your applications, you know exactly who you're looking to work with and to align yourself with. So Celebration Brands, as I said before, joint venture between 2 of the biggest beverage brands within Jamaica. So these are a list of our current vacancies. Now, initially, I would have shared with you the locations in which we operate in. So when you're going on our careers page, which I'm gonna share the link in the chat for our careers page so that you can go ahead and view and be able to align yourselves with the opportunity that best suits you. The job descriptions are posted, and the qualification requirements, everything is posted, and the information on the careers page that you would need. But this is just a list of all the roles that we're hiring for currently. Now, what I'm also going to do for you to get in touch with me, because unfortunately I'm not able to share my full my direct contact, which is my email. I have also dropped a link in the chat that will allow you to submit a request to us to show that you're interested. So the persons who are coming from this job fair will be able to submit a request via the form from the link that I just shared, and it will indicate to me that you're coming from this specific job fair, once you list the positions that you're interested in, then I'll be able to identify that you're from this specific job fair and reach out to you personally. No, just gonna skip to the other side. What would I say would make you an ideal candidate? Now, initially in the first slide that you would have seen, I would have listed our 5 core values, and essentially being able to align yourself with those core values would make you an ideal candidate or would make you a standout candidate to me in an interview. Because I am the one, as a talent acquisition officer, I interview for all 7 locations. So you're going to be interacting with me. I'm going to be that first person that's reaching out to you, and I will have to be able to screen all the persons and identify the perfect fit for Celebration Brands Limited. So these are some questions that I want you to ask yourself to be able to align yourself with any of the roles that you're interested in. So do you take ownership and accountability for your work and results? Are you a team player who collaborates effectively with others? Are you driven by results and committed to achieving your goals? Are you adaptable and willing to learn, grow, and embrace change? And do you demonstrate integrity, professionalism in everything you do? Integrity is one of our values, and it's very, very important, especially in the business that we do, distribution and sales. That I would say that's my top core value currently. And lastly, if you want to, if you didn't have a chance to get the link or to access the link in the chat, you can use your phones or you can take a screenshot of the QR code, put in the information in your phone, and it will take you directly to our careers page. I believe that's it. I would have touched on everything. Quick, short, spicy, but let me just go into the chat to answer a few questions because I saw some coming in too. Okay, can you go back to slide 5 for 5 seconds? Thanks in advance. Slide 5. Go back 1 slide. Oh, hold on. Let me see. I hope I was able to. I don't know which slide I was on the moment that you sent that message. Ruth, are you able to say specifically which slide you'd like me to go back to?
Thank you. You just showed me. Thank you very much.
No problem. And then we have a question from Sashareen. Are all roles on site? Yes. No, not specifically on site. Let me explain. So because we do sale and distribution, you can imagine that the sales roles that we're hiring for, they would be required. They have a model where they're required to visit our customers on a daily basis. So we have over 10,000 customers across the island. Each location that we operate from have their own sales team. So depending on the location that you're assigned to as a sales executive, you will be assigned to specific customers within that region. So then you'll be required to travel to those customers on a daily basis. No other roles that are more admin type roles, and it will state on the careers page whether or not it's hybrid or in person. Those more admin functions, you are required to be in office, but we do have a hybrid model, but it's done on a case-by-case basis. So if it is that you have a special function to attend, or you have a special reason as to why you are requesting to work from home, then that request can be submitted. It will be reviewed and approved on a case-by-case basis. There was another question. How do you reward your team? That's a good question as well. Thank you so much for that. As it relates to rewards, there are lots of ways that we reward our team. One of the major ways is through our rewards and recognition program that's done at our quarterly town hall. Based on the different categories or different departments that we operate in: sales, logistics, finance, procurement, etc. Based on the person who would have met their top KPI for that specific period. We reward them like that. We do have another incentive that we refer to as T-Bucks. That gives the line manager the opportunity to reward someone and not just wait until the town hall. So that can be done through the months that they're operating in. If that person went above and beyond, if they would have displayed characteristics that are in line with our values, then the manager has the opportunity to be able to issue T-Bucks, we call them Talawa Bucks, to let that person feel valued and, to motivate them to do well. And then the other one is, how do we handle mistakes? Well, a part of one of our values is ownership. And, we strive to align with persons who take ownership and accountability for the work that they have done. And the work that they're putting in, because we represent, as I said before, and I'm gonna say it again, two of the biggest beverage brands on the island, and essentially, the work that we're required to do, it has to be excellent. And that's another one of our values, excellence. There's always that standard that we always have to improve on or to surpass. So, in terms of how we handle mistakes, it's always taken from a point of view of, taking ownership, ensuring that whatever mistakes are made, the person who would have made that mistake takes ownership for it. And then we look at the problem to say, how do we move on from here? We don't, dwell and point fingers and play the blame game, but our aim is to achieve a specific goal for this period. So we want to know, how is it that we move on from here? Another question, are there roles that don't require you to work on a Saturday or a weekend? There are. Those roles, it's kind of tricky answering this question because we do operate 6 days out of the week, where there's some distribution centers that are 6-day distribution centers, because we do have team members that work on a Saturday, because we have a KPI of 24-hour delivery to our customers. So we have the sales team and the operations and services team and the delivery team as well that also works on Saturdays. But we do have a few admin functions that are not required to work on weekends. It just all depends on the role that position plays in, the business. Is the distribution associate job only for St. Anne? Yes, it is currently only open for St. Anne. Any delivery driver role? No. So we currently do not have any delivery driver roles open at this time. That is whatever it is that is on the carrier's platform. That's what you'll be. Those are the jobs that are open currently. I think I have about 1 minute left, so let me just hurry up and answer one more questions. Are there any administrative or inventory clerk position? No, not at this time. We do have a warehouse coordinator role that is open in Kingston. It's similar to inventory clerk. So that you can go on the page, on the careers page, and look at, you can go on the careers page, look on the description, see if it aligns with what you're looking for, and then you can take it from there. So just 2 things before I wrap up. The link for the careers page is in the chat. You can view the vacancies, and there's also another link for you to submit your official interest from this job fair to let us know that you're interested, so that I can reach out to you. And when you input that information in the form as well, it allows me to send those email blasts to you whenever it is that we have any open vacancies. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to meeting you all. And if you don't hear from us when you submit an application, just understand we receive tons of applications daily. And, we are looking to align everyone with our company as best as possible. All right, take care, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, Chantel. Virtual claps, everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. So up next, we have Joni Gay Colley. Let us give her a warm welcome as well.
You. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to see so many of you on the call today. Before we begin, please ensure that as I go through, you just drop your questions in the chat, because afterwards I'm going to try to answer all of them. I am Joni K. Colley. As was said before, I'm the founder, CEO of HR Consultants, Joni K. Colley and Associates. Our firm recruits. So we work on behalf of the company to find the best talent for their vacancies. Your next opportunity starts right here. So if you are able to go on caribbeanjobs.com, please go on that site, and then in the search bar, you can type in any of the positions that appeal to you from the list I will be sharing with you as we go along. We recruit for the entry-level positions, professional positions, technical positions, specialized roles, supervisory roles, as well as executive recruitment for CEO, general manager, executive director. We advertise on CaribbeanJobs.com, that's the main one. I have a dozen spots on it, and I change ads regularly because I do get a lot of applications and I reuse the spot. So you'll see several jobs coming out every week. ACCA Careers, I use that site for accounting positions, and the Ministry of Labor's website, positions that I advertise are also cross-posted on that. But don't worry, when you go to CaribbeanJobs.com, all of them are there. It's just that some are repeated in these other places. I will type the links to all in the chat afterwards, so don't worry, you'll get all the information. So right now, as of today, I did this screenshot a few minutes before this session, so this is fresh on Caribbean Jobs. We have accountant. I need an accountant for Kingston. So if you're interested, just go on Caribbean Jobs, type in accountant, you'll see the list, and you click on show more to see the requirements for mine, okay? Laundry attendant. A laundry needs someone to iron. If you love ironing, this is the position for you, and it's in Kingston. Drop your questions in the chat, please, as I go along. St. Anne, I saw that we have people from St. Anne. I need a forklift operator, warehouse assistant, as well as for St. Anne, I need someone who can fix washing machines. A hotel needs someone who is a technician who is able to repair washing machines. St. Anne. Quality assurance, quality control supervisor in Kingston. This is a company that creates sauces, pepper sauces, ketchup, and those things. So if you're interested, if you have quality assurance, quality control qualifications at the supervisory level, please check that out. Also, a bakery in Kingston needs an accountant. So the first accountant, that one was for, let me tell you which type of company that one was for. It's for a sales and distribution company, distributing industrial material, industrial chemicals, and so on. Accountant for bakery. Corporate finance specialist, if you have qualifications for that position. An investment company in Kingston needs you. The company is located in New Kingston. Same company needs a loans officer. I'm looking out for your applications, please. After this, I should see resumes coming in by the dozens. Accounting officer, same company is expanding. The same one that wants the loans officer and corporate finance specialist needs an accounting officer. So those three are for the same investment company in New Kingston. Logistics officer now. Aventa wasn't able to attend, but I'm recruiting a logistics officer on their behalf. Forklift operator, warehouse assistant. This one is for Kingston now. You saw the one for St. Anne. I need someone for Kingston for a similar role. Finance and receivables manager for St. Anne. So St. Anne, I have quite a bit for St. Anne. I need you, please. All right, if you saw any that appeal to you, please type the position in the chat so I can look out for your resume when it comes in on Caribbean Jobs. So just type the position that you're interested in, and I'll look out for your resume. So some tips now. Earlier, the SMS representative gave you some tips, and I'll be repeating some of them. Repetition for retention. Your qualifications should show that you can do the job. When I look at your qualifications, it should be tailored to the job. So you look at the job advertisement, and now we have artificial intelligence to help us. So you can, let me give you a tip. You can copy and paste the job description in whatever AI tool you use. Upload your resume if you're comfortable with it, and say that I'm applying for this job. Please tailor my resume to this job. When that's done, reread it, read it over to make sure that nothing on it is a lie. Okay, because AI can tell lies, they hallucinate. Make sure that everything is correct and true, and then you can upload. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for your relevant education or technical training. If you have a degree, please put it on the resume. Pending, when I see pending, that means you're finished all your courses, all your exam and everything, and you're just waiting to get the paper. So it can't be pending for like 6, 7, 8 years. That would mean something is wrong. And I'll ask you about it in the interview. Experience that matches the responsibilities, your duties should match what I'm looking for in the job advertisement. Also, if you are applying for an accounting job and you know how to use Peachtree or QuickBooks, please put it on your resume. I need to see it because that's probably what the client is using. And you will see it in the, let me tell you which section, you'll see it in the required skills and qualifications. So for this accountant role in the sales and distribution company, they need someone who knows how to use Sage 50. Okay, so please place it there. Also, in the interview, we're looking for someone who has strong communication skills, interpersonal skills, someone who will listen to the question we're asking and don't ask us to repeat the question 2, 3 times. Active listening, yes. Okay, also, we need someone who will meet their commitments, solve problems, and respond constructively to change. How will we know that from the interview? We'll ask you behavioral questions, situational questions. By your answers, it will give us an idea of the type of person you are. Final tips before I end. We said tailor your application. That's good. Show evidence of your achievement. This is an important one. If you are applying for a sales position, please say if you know for a fact that you increased the customer base from or by 35% in the first 6 months of employment, wherever you were. Something like that. We need to see figures where possible. And they need to be accurate, please. Preparation, research the company, but not only the company, research the role. Sometimes we do not advertise the name of the company, and that's because the client either doesn't want their competitors to know that they're advertising, or some other reason, some other good reason that they have that I said, do not state our name in the ad. But once the person is shortlisted and we're going to be inviting them for an interview, they'll know the name. But prepare. Once you hear the name of the company, you see the email with the name of the company, research. And also follow the company on social media to see what's going on. Keep up to date about the latest happenings in the company. Professional communication. Whenever I call or email you to say you've been selected, please respond promptly as quickly as you can. Follow instructions, communicate respectfully, and that's over the phone and in email or messaging on LinkedIn. And also follow me on LinkedIn, please, for more tips. If you haven't followed me already, if you're not following me. Authenticity. Be honest about your strengths and your weaknesses. Sometimes we ask in an interview, what are your weaknesses or areas for development? And you say, oh, I don't have any, I can't think of any. Think of something that you have an issue with, yes, but you are working actively to overcome it. And say what it is, but say you are doing so and so about it. Also, show initiative, accountability, adaptability, willingness to learn. All of those are positive attitudes. You're solutions oriented, and we love to see that. In closing, I'd like to say if you apply and do not get a call or email, that's because you weren't shortlisted for that position. Please continue applying. Do not let that discourage you. Still apply for other positions. If you are interviewed and we said you'll hear from us in 2 weeks or so, or a week, and you haven't heard from me, email me, call me. It might be that the client is not ready yet, or there must be a reason why you haven't heard from me or from someone who works closely with me. Okay, so before you submit an application, make sure that your contact details are correct. Sometimes the phone number on the resume is not the current phone number that you're using and it causes a problem, your resume should be free of errors. Not even one mistake should be on it. Attach the correct document. Attach your resume or your cover letter. Do not attach a bank statement, or I've seen things attached by mistake, right? Letter from court or something, court document, some embarrassing things that I see attached. Do not do that. Check it again. What do you do now with this information? Visit Caribbean Jobs, search for your ideal vacancy, read every requirement, upload your tailored resume, review, then submit. And you wait until you hear that you're selected. I'm going to the chat now. Let's see. Anybody has any questions? Any questions at all? All right, is it okay to send the resumes without cover letters? Yes. I don't read cover letters. It's a lot of resumes that I get, thousands of resumes, cover letters. Cover letters not gonna get read, only the resume. But, big but, if this company, this particular company needs a cover letter, it will say, upload your cover letter and resume, and when you see that, follow instructions and send the cover letter. But apart from that, if it's not said, no, it's okay. Thank you for your explanation, Miss Colley. Thank you very much for that. Do you recommend applying for jobs if you don't have the required qualifications but are willing to learn as you go? All right, so Ms. Johnson, clients don't really have anyone on staff to train you. So yes, you're willing to learn, but they don't have anybody to teach you. If you can learn, like forklift operating, then we need someone who can operate a forklift. There's no one in the warehouse to teach you how to drive a forklift. So I'd prefer if you learn and then you apply. Are there any HR remote internship or HR roles in HR? Oh, HR. All right. So there's another role as well. I need an HR projects and communications lead. So HR projects and communications lead. That's what I want. So Juliet and Kelisha, HR projects and communications lead. HR roles, all right, good. Makeda, HR projects and communications lead is that one. And Marie, HR. All right. Any other question for me? Is there a reason for not disclosing the company's name? Okay, so I said it before. Companies do have their reasons. And another reason, so apart from not wanting their competitors to see that they want that role, someone might be in the role and they're on their way out, like you're transitioning them out, they're on a performance improvement plan and they're not going to make it. You really see that they're not going to make it and you intend to terminate. You don't want to put that person's position and the name of the company out there. That's another reason. And there are so many other reasons. Okay, so you can reach out on LinkedIn. Please connect with me on LinkedIn. So Kelisha, connect with me. And will it be posted on Caribbean Jobs? It was posted. I'm going to see if it expired and repost the HR job if it is not there today. All right, so I'm going to repost it in a minute or two. Any more questions? If not, I'm going to type the Ministry of Labor site, ACC Careers site in the chat. Oh, it's there. Oh, all right. For St. James, Hanover, not today, but I do have clients from those parishes that ask me to post from time to time. So you will see. Final year accounting student. All right. So I have no working experience in accounting, hybrid remote. All right. So I see hybrid positions on Caribbean Jobs. So just type accounting officer, accounting, and look at all that come up. So Joel, economics graduates. Not from me right now, but I know that if you type in if you type in Caribbean jobs in the search bar, economics or a position that economic students usually do, you will see a list. If you don't see a list today, give it 2 more days and you'll see. But I don't have any right now. Hospitality careers in Kingston. Hospitality, not right now from my clients. Not right now. Cadian, Russell Clark. When will you start shortlisting the logistics officer? I've started shortlisting already and I sent 2 batches to the client. I'm going to shortlist again probably tomorrow morning early before 10 o'clock. IT positions. There is one that requires an IT person to be able to train clients on a software. It's called client success representative, something like that. Let me see if I can repost that one. Client success. So thank you, Alexia. I'm going to repost the client success and you look out for it afterwards. All right. Thank you so much for your questions and thank you for listening. I'm going to type now in the chat the websites. Over to you, Chanel.
All right, thank you so much, Joni. Virtual clap, everyone. Thank you so much. Now we will have Jeffrey from ITEL who will share with us. Let's
Good
give him a warm
afternoon,
welcome.
everyone. Are you guys able to hear me?
Yes, we're able to hear you, Jeffrey.
All right, perfect. So let me just go ahead and share my screen with you guys. All right, thank you so much for having us, Shaniel. It's my pleasure to present to you guys the opportunities that we currently have here at ITEL. I have a short PowerPoint presentation and I'll go through a few slides with you just to share, what ITEL is, what the culture of the company is and the positions that we currently have to offer. So can you guys see my screen? Okay, perfect. All right, so ITEL is one of the Caribbean's largest homegrown BPO sectors, which means we started here in Jamaica with our corporate office in Montego Bay. And, since then we've expanded the business throughout the Caribbean and other geos as well. We have a lot of positions available where we tend to hire mostly for our entry-level customer service roles, or we have customer service roles, we have reservations, sales, and tech support roles that we are currently hiring for. The company was founded in 2012 by our CEO, Yoni. And then since then, we've not been in Jamaica. We've been to St. Lucia, Belize, Honduras, and other countries outside of the Caribbean. We started off as just a BPO, but we've then since transformed the company to more than just business processing outsource, where we are now a technology focused company. And, we provide diverse solutions throughout the customer's life cycle. So as you can see, we're the largest. We have over 4,000 employees across all geos that we have. We provide more than 100 million transactions per year. We have over 30 clients that we are currently supporting with a 87% customer satisfaction rate in 5 different countries with 10 facilities across those 5 countries and 10 different key industries that we provide services to. Here at ITEL, we are not just a customer focus. We believe in family where we treat everyone as, our own. Once you're a part of the ITEL brand, you are definitely considered family and treated as such. We do promote a lot of growth opportunities, where at ITEL, we tend to promote internally before we go externally, where whenever we have a position, whether it's a team manager, an engagement coordinator, an operations manager, the first thing we do is to check to see, the talent that we have within the company. We extend any interviews to the persons that think to apply. And if it's a case where we are not able to find anyone who meets those needs, then we would go externally and try to find someone that's a best fit. Here at ITEL, we believe in giving back, where that's where we come in with the Four Wise Foundation, where we give back to sports, education, innovation, and environment. Our CEO Yoni is currently the president of the Montego Bay Football Club that plays in the Jamaica Premier League. He tends to give back to other small teams within the area. We support schools where, you know, we fund students going back to school. We have a fund yearly that we assist persons with. We believe in innovation where we're developing new technologies. We use AI to help with a lot of our processes as well. We give back to the environment where we, you know, attack local beaches. We do our cleanups and so forth, where the employees, their families and friends would come together and, you know, do these events yearly. We have our rewards and recognition and engagement, where we have a few engagement activities such as, you know, International Men's Day, Halloween theme day. We visit JAs, so that's where we do free STI testing and so much more. Sorry about that. Breast cancer awareness, COVID vaccinations, and others. So we are big on recognition and engagement as a part of the company dynamic. We're currently now hiring for engagement coordinators, not just for the company, but for every program that we have, where we will still have an engagement coordinator that's responsible for all engagement activities, but we'll also have persons on the floor that's driving engagement. So, you know, it's not just a stressed work filled day. You have a lot of engagement activities that are happening on a day-to-day basis, raffles, giveaways, a lot of engagements. We do karaoke's. The company provides its very own chill room where we have a lot of games, TVs, and, you know, speakers. We encourage employees to use this. You know, we have sofa beds there. So if you want to take a 5 minute, you can just go to the chill room. It's accessible to all employees. We also provide our very own gym for our agents and everyone that's working with the company, where, you know, you don't have to leave to go to a gym before or after work. You can always use the facilities that we provide for you. For the application process flow, it is pretty simple, where we utilize LinkedIn, Caribbean Jobs, and our own internal career posting site, where we would post all of the opportunities that we have with the company for the external view. Once it is that a candidate sees a role they're interested in, they can go ahead and submit an application with us. And, you know, pretty soon after submitting an application, the recruiter that's assigned to that specific program would be in touch with you, whether it's by a phone call or an email, to invite you to the next step, which is normally the on-site assessment and the recruiter interview, which means you would come in, you would go through an assessment based on the role you apply to. And, you know, once that is successful, you would then do your first interview with a recruiter. After the recruiting interview, you would then be moved on to speaking with one of the hiring managers. And then once everything is successful, you would conduct a background check, and then that would have you set to start your training and your onboarding process. All right, what do we look for in our candidates? So first thing, communication and customer focus. We are a BPO which provides customer service assistance to a lot of clients. So most of our hiring is for customer service agents at entry-level positions, where you'd be interacting with customers. And we do also have business-to-business programs. So we have customers speaking to other businesses. We look for communication. So if you are applying for a customer service role, you must be able to effectively communicate. You must have, you know, that basic customer focus mindset. We look for persons who are reliable and adaptable. BPOs are an ever-changing environment. So every day you come in, something can change, whether it's your team, your shift, you know, your leadership, the way you do things can change. So we look for persons who are able to adapt to whatever it is. We look for persons who have a positive attitude towards their work, as well as, you know, working well in teams. As you know, most of the roles you are required to work in teams. You have your team members, your leaders, and, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. We technology and continuous learning. So we use AI, as I said earlier, to continue to help us to develop and grow as a company, where we are simplifying a lot of the processes that our customers have to deal with, as well as the agents. The tools that they use to assist every customers are becoming more and more simple as we use AI to help us with that. Tips for candidates, effective candidate preparation. Now, coming into an interview, a lot of persons just apply, get an invite, and they just show up for the interview. They've done no research, they don't know what the company is, they've not looked up on the job description to see what the role is. So when they come in, they don't even know what to expect. I like to tell candidates, always do some research. Try to find out, what it is that ITEL does, or any company that you're applying for. Try to find out what it is that they do. If you're applying for a specific role, you can always read the job description. If you want a more in-depth understanding of it, you can always use AI, ChatGPT, or any of the others. You can paste that job description and it can definitely give you a more simplified breakdown, tell you exactly what it is, what the company is looking for. Key skills to highlight. So if you're applying for an entry-level role, then definitely you must be able to effectively communicate. We tend to look for persons who understand customer service, persons who's worked in the industry before. We also do hire persons who are new, but of course you would try to do some research to understand what it is that you're getting into. If it's just to go on YouTube to type in customer service interview tips, just to prepare yourself a little bit better for some of the questions that we may ask you guys. Building employability skills. We try to develop everyone who comes through our doors from the first day of onboarding through training. After training in production, we have persons assigned to developing skills, and that's how we tend to promote a lot of persons to senior level roles. Career opportunities that we have right now. Let me just change the screen I have. Give me a second. All right, so these are some of the roles that we currently have across the locations. We have not just entry-level roles, we also have senior roles that we are hiring for. So if you want, I can drop this link in the chat so you guys could go ahead and take a look. We have roles in Kingston, Belize City, we have roles in Montego Bay, as well as our other geos. If you guys would like to apply, this is a QR code that you can scan from your device and it will take you to our website as well. My email is there where you can send me an email and I'll definitely respond to you guys. So I guess I have some time for questions now. All right, I see a question from Shadila Samuels. Any work from home positions for ITEL? Currently, all roles would be on site where we require persons to come in on site, but we do have a lot of agents who work from home. These would have been tenured agents working in office, and they would have been hand-selected by management to support from home. So we do have work from home agents, but we don't hire them externally. No remote jobs, night shifts available. We don't have only night shifts. We have roles that do go 24 hours, but we look for persons who are fully flexible as your shifts will tend to change. So it's not a case where we would have roles that you only work through the nights. You would have to be able to rotate. So you would have shifts starting at 8, for example, or it could change down the line to a shift that starts at 1 in the afternoon, but it's not a case where you'd work only one shift. All right, are there opportunities for growth and promotion? Yes, so all these roles, once it is that we hire you as an agent, there is definitely the ability for you to grow. Once it is that you've completed your 3 months probationary period, you can apply to whatever growth opportunities you see within the company. Where the process is simple, you are already working at the company, you can just go ahead, apply, and once it is that your resume has been picked up by one of our corporate recruiters, it will be reviewed, and then definitely someone will reach out to you if it's a case where you match exactly what we're looking for. any chat support work from home jobs. We do have chat jobs, but we don't have work from home. For the chat position, it's a role where you do voice chat and emails. We hire persons to do chat, and then they get upskilled, where you would either be upskilled to take in the chats or to be responding to emails. Any work from home positions? Are there any recruiter or trainer positions? Not currently. We did hire recruiters a few months ago, and I know that normally, as it relates to the trainers, trainers are always promoted from the campaigns that we have, where we have a person who's really performing, they understand the product knowledge really well. These persons are normally who we promote as trainers. It's rare that we would hire someone external to come into the company as a trainer. All right, Shanna K, I see where you said you've applied for a role just now. Awesome. I'll definitely go ahead and look out for your application, and you can definitely expect an email or a call from one of us tomorrow. All right, I think that's it in terms of questions. Do we have any more questions from anyone?
Hi, Jeffrey. Right. So I'm seeing Joanne asking if there are any IT roles. Well, if there are IT roles limited to tech support, also what are the requirements?
All right. For the IT roles, we don't have any currently, Joanne. We did have some, I think it was less than a month ago, we had two persons onboarding from outside. For these roles, it would depend on the area that you would be supporting, because we have different personnel supporting different roles or different clients. So definitely once it is that we have the need, we would basically tailor those job descriptions to fit the client that you'd be supporting. So I can't specifically tell you what it is that we look for, because it's different roles, but a person must have a background in IT, preferably persons working in IT in another BPO industry. We look for persons who have their degree as well to support that. Is there an office in Spanish Town? No. So for our Jamaica, we only have two offices. We have one that's in Kingston, and then we have one in Montego Bay. If I have 10 years of experience in customer service, would you guys consider that as entry level? All right, so having 10 years in an entry level role would basically still mean that we would consider you as an entry level candidate. However, as I said, we tend to promote internally a lot, where if you come, you show your skill sets, we see where there's a need for you to fill a vacancy, then
Telling for up
definitely.
now. Where's that?
All right. Any HR jobs? Unfortunately, no. We don't have any HR roles now. But once it is a case that we do, we normally post these jobs on LinkedIn, or Facebook or Instagram channels, as well as Caribbean Jobs. So you guys can follow us on these platforms. And once it is that we have the needs for these roles, then yes, we would post these roles. You're feel free to apply, and we'll definitely reach out to you once it is that you meet what we're looking for. All right, so I believe that is my time for today. Thank you so much for having me. I definitely look forward to the applications, and any emails that you guys have, you can definitely send them my way.
Okay, thank you so much, Jeffrey. It was a pleasure having you. Virtual claps, everyone, for Jeffrey. Okay, so now we're going to give a warm welcome to Guardsman, and Sanjay will be presenting.
Hi, good afternoon. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, we're hearing you.
All right, lovely. Firstly, I must apologize. I would have joined the virtual fair extremely late, and it's really due to some technical issues. Not sure if a lot of persons see, but I currently have two screens that are attached. One that says Guardsman Group screening page. That's the one that I'll be sharing from, because I'm currently using two different devices. So please bear with me. All right. short introduction. My name is Sanji Sidhu. I am one of the recruiters with the Guardsman Group, and I am very excited today to speak with you regarding our roles and responsibilities and all of those good stuff. But before we get into it, I just wanted to give a brief introduction about what Guardsman is all about, right? Now, when you hear the name Guardsman Security, the first thing that comes to mind is security by a lot of persons because that's just what we are known for, right? However, Guardsman is much, much more than that. We are a diverse group of companies providing a range of services and career opportunities across different areas of businesses. What that means for you is that joining Guardsman can open the door to more than just a job. It can be an opportunity to build experience. You can develop yourself professionally and explore different career paths within the group. And that's exactly why I'm here today, right? Our team is definitely looking for a lot of persons. We are a very diverse group of companies providing a wide range of security and business opportunity services to clients across Jamaica. Or operations support businesses, institutions, major commercial organizations, airports, and other critical areas where safety, security, technology, and reliable services are essential. So when you see a guardsman officer at a business location, that's only one part of the organization, right? Behind that officer is an entire network of people working across operations, recruitment and human resources, finance, information technology, business intelligence, administration, customer service, and the list goes on and on and on. We also work with a diverse portfolio of clients. Our teams may be responsible for supporting the security and operational needs of businesses across industries, such as banking and financial services, retail, hospitality, commercial operations, and other corporate environments. And I mean, that's just one of the things that makes Guardman such an interesting organization to build a career with. We need people with different qualifications, experiences, personalities, and career interests to support the various services we provide. For someone entering the workforce, Guardsman can provide an opportunity to gain experience and develop professionally. For someone who already has experience, there are also opportunities to bring those skills into a large and dynamic organization and continue building your career. We currently have several opportunities available across the group, and I'm going to take you through some of the vacancies that we're looking for and how you can position yourself to become part of the Guardsman team. So let me share my screen and let's get straight into the opportunities. Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. All right. So this is our official job page at guardsmangroup.com/jobs. For entry-level roles, you know, it would be for Kingston, unarmed security officers, aviation security officers, and vault treasury officers. Now, for unarmed security officers, as well as armed security officers, there are no qualifications required, even though we would love if you guys have it. If you don't, that's absolutely fine. We want persons who are trainable and coachable. We're looking for persons who are adaptable and persons who know exactly what they bring to the table when coming to us. For aviation specifically, you would be working in the airport sector, which means that you're required to have a little bit more experience as well as qualifications. You are required to have a minimum of 3 CSEC subjects or more, and English language is a must. For Manchester, Clarendon, or St. Elizabeth, we are also looking for unarmed security officers. And for Mobay as well, we are also looking for security officers as well as drivers, right? Now, for the corporate relative or mid-level roles that we currently have, we do encourage persons to send us an email at guardsmangroup.com. The current roles that we have available are solutions engineer in Kingston. We currently also have internal auditors in Kingston. We also have senior billing associate in Kingston, mobile supervisors in Mobay, incident commanders in Kingston, VP of integrated operations in Mandeville, IT service desk technicians, and this is an island-wide required role. Persons who are interested are required to send us their resume to careers@guardsmangroup.com, which is currently what you're seeing on the screen. And in doing so, we will be able to see your resume because that specific email allows us to be able to pick or handpick persons specifically to go straight into screening and interviewing. So if you want to take a screenshot of the page right there, or if you want to write down the email, I'm going to place it in the chat as well, then you can definitely do so in order to apply to us. All right. So those are just a few of the work opportunities that we currently have. Now that I've shared some of the opportunities we have available, you may be wondering what exactly is Guardman looking for in a candidate? Of course, each position has its own qualifications and requirements, but there are certain qualities that can make you stand out regardless of the role you're applying for. At Guardsman, we're looking for individuals who are professional, dependable, motivated, and willing to learn. We operate in a very dynamic and fast-paced environment, so we value people who can adapt, take initiatives, and maintain a positive attitude even when things get busy. Communication is also extremely important, guys. Whether you're interacting with a customer, a client, a colleague, or a member of management, you should be able to communicate respectfully and professionally. It sets the tones for us as recruiters. It gives us kind of a synapse of the type of personality that you have and if you would align with the culture of our company. We are also looking for candidates who would demonstrate integrity and accountability. Given the nature of many of the services we provide, trust is extremely important. We want people who take responsibility for their work, follow procedures, and understand the importance of maintaining professional standards. And one thing I always encourage candidates to remember is that your attitude can be just as important as your experience. You may not walk into an interview with 10 years of experience, but if you come prepared, demonstrate that you're willing to learn, communicate confidently, and show us that you're serious about the opportunity, that can make a very positive impression. When you're attending an interview with us, last and final, do your research. Know the company you're applying to, understand the positions, be prepared to speak about your experience, and most importantly, be able to tell us why we should select you. It is also very important for you to be hand in hand with an updated resume. And I'm sure if you follow all the necessary steps in no time, you will be a part of the Guardsman family. So that is basically it. Let me stop sharing screen. And let me check the chat section to see if you guys have any questions for me. All right. All right, so I see a question from Sasha Gay Reed. Is there any consideration to revisit the role of PSRA officer? I was recently shortlisted and was advised that is currently on hold. At this time, we haven't received any official updates regarding the PSRA officer, hence the reason why it's currently on hold. But what we're currently doing is once it is open again, we will definitely send out the necessary information to the candidates who we would have already shortlisted, just to let them know that we are available to start following the recruitment process again. What are the requirements for the solutions engineer role? For the solutions engineer role, hold on, guys. Hold on. For the solutions engineer role, as suggested, we are typically looking for persons who have the experience of a solutions engineer as well as the degree as well to match this specific role. So if you know that you're someone who has approximately 3 or more years experience in the field of solution engineer or similar, then you are encouraged to apply to us by also sending your updated resume to careers@guardsmangroup.com. Juliet Giddens, do you have any HR roles? At this time, we do not have any HR roles. We recently closed 2 officer-related roles. And so at this time, we don't have any HR roles available. What are the requirements for internal auditors? For internal auditors, honestly, all specific roles are self-explanatory. For internal auditors, you are required to have experience as a internal auditor or a compliance related field, right? So once it is a case that you have those experience as well as bachelor's to support that specific field, then once more you are required to just send us that resume. And once we see the resume through careers@Guardsman Group Limited, we will reach out to you to do a screening where we will ask additional questions. So regardless of the roles that I would have just listed, whether it is the solutions engineer role, the internal auditor, senior billings, any of the mid-related roles or corporate-related roles, you are being advised to just send us your resume. We will definitely screen through, source through, provide you with a call. If we need to ask additional questions, we will do so. But as it stands, the standard is that you should have the necessary experience for those roles as well as additional qualifications to back them. All right? Next question. I'm a final year accounting student at UE, expected to finish in December. I currently have no work experience in accounting, but I'm looking at hybrid remote for an entry-level accounting role to start building experience. So at this time, we currently do not have any hybrid or remote role available. All of our roles are required to be on site, as well as these roles that we would have listed would be relating to persons who would have at least 2 years experience in the specific fields. What would be the requirements for IT service desk tech? Just send me, this is who, Nicholas Smith. Nicholas, if you could send me your resume to careers@guardsmangroup.com, we'll be more than happy to reach out to you, call you, and to give you the necessary information, as well as to go specifically into a screening with you. For majority of these roles, the job descriptions are not available on Caribbean Jobs where we typically post because we have received so many different candidates. However, we are keeping our pipeline open for persons so that in the event, you know, that it's still available, we can reach out to them. So we're still shortlisting. We still encourage persons to apply to us so that we can screen and to get you guys the job. Can we get a list of the jobs you mentioned that's not on the website again? Sure. So I'm going to put the necessary information in the chat as it relates to the roles as well as the locations where the roles are available. If a candidate is not successful after the interview assessment, are they notified? Yes, they are. We do send an email, and we do also have an online platform, the platform where I would have showed you guys the unarmed and aviation security related roles. That is our official website. It is an internal system where once you've completed the necessary setup by filling out your information and apply to the roles, as well as once you've applied through careers, we will notify you to let you know if you are shortlisted or not. Hello, Sanji. Hi. Do you call the role of the persons who count the monies when they are collected from like supermarkets, etc.? Is there any open roles for that? I had sent my resume to someone there for the role, but I didn't get a feedback. This is Kimon Lamont. Firstly, Ms. Lamont, thank you so much for highlighting that. As suggested, we receive tons of resumes on a day-to-day basis. And so, you know, we're still sourcing and screening and going through all of our pipeline at this time. We do have roles that are associated with counting monies when they're collecting from supermarkets. Typically, it is relating to more like a mobile supervisor or an internal, or not an internal auditor, or one of the related armed or unarmed related roles. It really does depend on what you are interested in, though, as suggested. Yes, I see that, Chanel. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. It really does depend on what it is that you are required to do in your roles and responsibilities. So for persons for the entry-level roles, such as armed and unarmed securities, based off how you conduct yourself during the interview, as well as the different assessments that are provided, you are given the option of, you know, the different roles that would apply to you. You can let us know which ones that you are interested in. And then depending on which specific department you are located to or attached to, then that is where the roles and responsibilities of the collecting the monies to go to the supermarket, etc., are also in your roles and responsibilities. You understand what I'm saying? All right. So I tried to move as fast as I could. I hope I was very informative and provided you guys with as much information as I can. Please check the chat for additional information. And thank you so much for having me once more, team and Chanel. Have a wonderful day.
Okay, thank you so much, Sanjay. Everyone, please give her emojis, clapping emojis. Thank you once again. So we will now give a warm welcome to Goddard Catering Group, who will be our last presenter for this evening.
Good afternoon, everyone. How are you doing today? Please let me know if you're seeing my screen as well.
Good afternoon. Yes, we are.